Alors, on venait d'arriver dans cette nouvelle zone qui se trouve en Amérique, si j'ai bien compris. Et on avait une entrée de journal à lire. Mais ça fait beaucoup de bruit derrière moi. Je vais peut-être le lire tout à l'heure. Désolée.
He guards it here. I should probably speak with him.
Ils aiment bien leur musique un peu tragique comme ça.
There's some building site behind the fence, but no one is working there. After the earthquake, all the construction works were probably suspended for some time.
Donc c'était ça, cette histoire de tremblement de terre qu'on entendait à la télé.
The church seems to be in good condition, at least from the outside.
Ah, la musique s'est calmée. Alors je vais lire mon journal. Keira vient d'appeler, l'arrogante, insolente et inflexible irlandaise. Et comme par hasard, probablement ma meilleure amie. Nous avons vécu beaucoup de choses ensemble. Ensemble, nous avons exposé et aidé à détruire la route de l'Est de la contrebande d'œuvres d'art entre le sud de la Russie et la Chine. Elle a commencé à travailler pour le FBI et j'ai déménagé à Lyon. Et maintenant, son patron m'a demandé pour l'affaire de San Francisco. J'ai encore une fois ce sentiment bizarre celui d'être monté dans un train qui m'emmène quelque part vers l'inconnu. Et je ne peux plus descendre de ce train en marche. Recherche des réponses. 5 octobre 2012. 11 heures passées dans les nuages, à moitié plongée dans un sommeil plein de rêves sombres, et encore la musique qui parle plus fort que moi. À me demander si ce voyage n'est pas une grosse erreur. Ce n'est plus le moment de réfléchir, de se souvenir, de m'apitoyer sur moi-même. Toutefois, l'affaire et tous ces petits indices mènent à Max. Non, je ne peux pas ignorer ça. Et il y a Keira. Je baisserai la musique au montage, n'est-ce pas ? Cette bonne vieille Keira et son appel à l'aide que je n'ai pas pu refuser. Lorsque le Golden Gate a émergé de l'épais brouillard, il n'était de toute façon plus question pour moi de faire demi-tour. Quelque part en bas, sur la scène du crime, dans une église sur Mission Street, le capitaine Burley du département de la police de San Francisco m'attendait probablement déjà. Effectivement, il est là, le copain.
An old metal fence. One of the bars is broken.
Bon, je vais parler au gars.
He guards it here. I should probably speak with him. I'm Larissa Duran from the Office for Art Theft Investigation. Captain Burke has permitted me to look around the crime scene.
The Office for what? But, wait, you're the new one from the Examiner, aren't you? Geez, I almost swallowed the bait.
Qu'est-ce qu'il a?
A journalist? Me? What makes you think that?
Look, miss, I understand you. You're new and you need to make a name with an exclusive story. If it were some petty theft, I might help you, but this is really something different.
Listen, find Burke and verify it.
So you want to keep playing this stupid game? Journalist. 523, 1039, Burke. There's a woman here.
Durand. Madame Durand.
Durand? She says she's from some office that searches for stolen art items. But you haven't...
Jesus, don't hold her up anymore and let her inside. I've got something here to deal with. They don't come on.
That's a bit embarrassing. I'm really sorry. I really can't remember him saying anything about you.
It's okay.
Et quoi? Tu vas en parler du coup?
Okay, I'm going to look inside.
D'accord.
Sure, but first I need to see something. Not that I don't believe you.
Quoi? Tu veux voir mon badge?
Here's my badge. I hope that's the last formality needed here.
Wait, here's the key. I better lock it. You wouldn't believe what the journalists are willing to do for a couple of photos. Moreover, the FBI crew hasn't finished and they have their things here.
Ok, donc le FBI est toujours là. Qu'est-ce que ça dit dans mon journal avant que la musique ne revienne? Les apparences sont vraiment trompeuses. L'officier Edwards, qui apparaît comme quelqu'un qui passe son temps à séparer des biscuits ronds avec du chocolat au milieu, est en fait un homme consciencieux, communicatif et amical. C'est agréable de rencontrer des gens comme lui. Je crois que les gens de Mission Street le respectent. Est-ce que je peux prendre ça pour m'en servir comme arme, par exemple?
This bar is loose. Maybe it will come in handy.
Ok. Pourquoi pas?
The rod was in the fence in front of the church. It was probably loosened by the earthquake.
C'est une barre qui fait à peu près ma taille, mais c'est
News
pas
for
grave.
parishioners. The last one announces that the church was damaged by the earthquake and will stay closed during the reconstruction works. Patrol number 523. The investigation at the crime scene hasn't finished yet, so it's necessary to watch it.
Ça, on n'a pas vu.
Building site entry. I'm more interested in what's in the church, though.
Ok. Bien, du coup, il me semble qu'on a... Ah non.
I saw many such makeshift repairs on my way here. The earthquake took its toll on roads, too.
C'est un tremblement de terre qui fait ça parce que chez moi, les routes, elles sont toutes comme ça.
That asphalt is still warm and sticky. It hasn't been here more than a few hours.
Ok. Un peu de bitume dans mes poches, pas de problème. Ça ira très bien avec ma nouvelle canne faite d'un morceau de barrière. Y a rien à voir ici? Non.
It's locked.
Ouais, mais il nous a donné la clé. On va la regarder.
It's the key from the side entrance leading to the cellar, and the one to the cellar itself.
C'est des vieilles clés, hein? Ok.
Okay, let's have a look at the very reason I've traveled across the ocean. Well, if it isn't my favorite federal agent, you look great as usual. But to get locked up while working?
Laura, have you run across Burke? Because if not, you're gonna see an exemplary idiot. I suppose he's enjoyed outsmarting an FBI agent, but he's damn well gonna apologize for forgetting about me when he locked the door. Idiot.
Sharp as usual.
Pissed off by the stupidity of others, as usual.
Your hair looks good.
Hair? I haven't had a haircut for at least a year. What about you? Still with Max?
A year? How long ago was it when we were stuck in that stinking hole in Macau? 2 years?
More. You know what? I miss it. Only us two naive girls from the Russian and American police, far from all those forms and procedures.
Don't tell me that. So what do you have?
We haven't secured it all here yet, although the FBI has already taken some things away. The police were investigating here too, but we took over quite quickly.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
That's why I needed you. Show me that you haven't grown lazy in Lyon.
Ok. Un nouvel endroit pour s'amuser. Kerashian, 32 ans, agent spécial du FBI. Bien que nous soyons très différentes, nous avons toujours été très proches. Lorsqu'on a travaillé ensemble sur une affaire en Asie du Sud-Est, où j'avais été envoyée par la Russie et elle par les États-Unis, il nous a semblé que c'était le début d'une grande amitié. Mais quand j'ai été nommée à Interpol et Kira au FBI, le travail a, comme tant de fois dans ma vie, prélevé un lourd tribut sur notre amitié. Mais elle a quand même pensé à nous pour son enquête. Dans ce lieu hyper creepy, comme d'habitude. Hein. Ce jeu est super flippant, je trouve.
I can see almost nothing on the painting with the naked eye.
Va nous falloir une lampe.
The light of those lamps makes any bodily fluids visible, including blood. In our department, we use it also to detect whether a paper sample was manufactured before the year 1950.
D'accord. Ah oui, donc on est sur cette enquête-là, d'accord.
So here you are. Who might have made you? And why do you have so much in common with Max?
What are you saying? Did you say something about Max? How is he, anyway?
Well, I'm telling myself, why is it here? Why just those 4 paintings? Why not any others?
Why do you never answer me when I ask about Max? Did something happen? I don't mean to pry, but look, if you don't want to, don't say anything.
You're right. I don't want to. Please don't be angry, but no, not now.
All right. I won't push it.
Ah, c'est notre meilleur ami, on pourrait lui dire quelque chose quand même. Les photos mentent, le sang devient couleur, les cadavres des mannequins. Dans le confort d'un bureau, un homme peut supporter bien des choses, mais sur une scène de crime, la couleur devient du sang séché, le froid, l'étrange sensation d'oppression. Bien que nous n'ayons pas souvent des choses comme ça à voir dans notre département. C'est ce qui m'est venu à l'esprit quand j'ai vu la peinture pour la première fois. Elle m'a donné la chair de poule. Je veux bien croire. A, B, C, D. Ah oui, ce sont les fameux 4 anges. C'est marrant parce que comme on a travaillé sur des close-up, j'avais l'impression que c'était 4 peintures à des endroits différents, mais en fait elles sont toutes les unes sur les autres.
If I remember right, this is a cutting from the Annunciation painting by a certain group of masters from Bavaria, and it depicts the Archangel Gabriel, of course. This is the Archangel Gabriel copied from the Annunciation painting by Federico Barocci. Actually, this one led me to making out what paintings these are. Back in Lyon, those wings led me to understanding what those paintings really are. It's Gabriel from a painting by Domenico Becciafumi. In other words, it's the Angel of Death from the Annunciation painting.
Tout ça, on le savait déjà. Qu'est-ce qu'on a d'autre? On a un tuyau jaune fluo. Par ça...
I think I'll keep it on. It's much more visible in this light.
On s'était dit aussi qu'il avait peint sur les briques alors qu'il y avait un beau petit mur tout propre juste à côté. Ouh! Mon Dieu! Il y a autant de détails! Ok.
When I look at those handprints, I feel they have to have some meaning. Are they here to alert us to something? A palm, a handprint, a hand. What did he want to say with it?
Difficile à dire. Ah, c'était en fait toutes les marques de main que j'ai vues.
This is part of the Annunciation painting by Philippe de Champagne. The angel is Gabriel, considered by some to be the angel of death.
D'accord. Oh là là.
The way those angels are turned, their hands seemingly pointing to somewhere, maybe it has some meaning? The way those angels are...
Oups.
The way those angels are...
Ouais, non.
Although the hands of those angels are really interesting, I don't know what I should do with them.
Est-ce que je peux pointer avec mon... Ah non, ouais, peut-être. Ah non, je l'ai plus, mon pointeur laser. Quoi d'autre? On a vu les mains... Ah, je suis désolée d'utiliser ça, mais il y a tellement de bazar sur l'image, c'est plus de la chasse aux pixels qu'autre chose. Et c'est quelque chose que j'aime pas forcément dans les point and click, donc...
Two angels clearly have a lily, which is one of the key elements of the Annunciation. Is it some kind of a message for us? What is that man trying to tell us?
On a des mains, on a des lys. Ooh.
A torn piece of plastic bag. But those stains look like blood. I should tell Kira about it.
Ok. On lui en parlera. Donc on a des mains, des ailes, des mains, des lys. Toujours des mains, des ailes, un menu, des mains. Ok, bon je pense qu'on a tout vu du coup. Voilà. Il y a un passage de côté. On va d'abord regarder autour de nous. Projecteur. Ampoule cassée.
The light bulb is smashed, and in such a smart way that it'll be hard to get the metal cap out. I don't think that's a good idea. The spotlight is turned on, and I really don't want to get an electric shock.
Je me souviens pas d'avoir vu ça sur la photo.
It looks like a broken leg off the spotlight. I won't touch it until I know what happened in this room. There's an open Bible on the ground, and all the blood around. It gives me the shivers.
Après tout, on est dans une église, donc c'est pas si étonnant que ça qu'il y ait une Bible, non?
The leg has been broken off, and the spotlight clearly wasn't able to keep standing without it.
Ok. Et la tache de sang.
I saw it in the photos in Lyon already. The blood belongs to one of those technicians. There's no need to analyze it again.
Technicien qui s'est fait poignarder dans le cœur, si j'ai bon souvenir.
The cross is heavily damaged. It's hard to say if it's the result of the earthquake, vandalism, or simply the ravages of time. Tags used for marking evidence at a crime scene. There are some photos under them. I'd like to take those tags, and those photos too. That is, if you don't mind.
Sure. You can mark everything you consider important here. That's why you're here, isn't it?
Alors, c'est quoi ces photos?
St. Peter's Church on Mission Street. That's where it happened.
D'accord, c'est tout?
St. Peter...
Ah. Ah ouais, je me souviens ça dans les
The
documents.
blood samples from the crime scene appear to belong to 3 different people. The fact that the painting is visible in UV light means that it's made of blood. A strange painting covering the whole wall.
En fait, on voit vraiment rien quand il n'y a pas la lumière UV. Hein. Je sais pas trop comment le gars il a réussi à faire son tableau sans voir ce qu'il faisait.
A detailed photo of one of the figures from the painting. A detail of another figure. This one's holding a lily? Another detail of the wall painting. A figure from that painting. It seems to have wings. The UV light shows clearly discernible palm prints. This photo differs from the way the crime scene looks now. I wonder what happened there after the shot was taken.
C'est sans doute le tremblement de terre.
An overthrown chair, a safety helmet, and blood. A photograph from a corridor in the church cellar. The FBI has brought a UV lamp to the crime scene. It's lighting one of the walls now.
Tiens, c'est marrant, on voit les étiquettes par terre.
The collapsed wall is obviously a result of the recent earthquake. The 4th piece of evidence is a brush? There's something that could be called a worker's kitchen next to the alcove.
Je me demande... Il n'y a qu'un seul truc à regarder.
There's a staircase leading up to the nave of the church. The shadow of the cross is cast upon it.
Je sens que cette histoire d'ombre va être utile. Et voilà, on a fait le tour. Ok.
Engineers from Argo built scaffolding here. I guess they used it to examine the ceiling. Kira has a simple portable laboratory here. I'm sure she'll help me with analyzing some clues. A box of thumbtacks. They're useful in many situations. For example, to hold strings used for representing a trajectory of a projectile or blood spurts at a crime scene.
Est-ce qu'on pourrait représenter les trajectoires des doigts des anges?
I'll take those thumbtacks. It surprises me how many potential weapons I see here, and yet it seems there was no fight here. Someone fell from the chair, but nothing more. This confirms what I guessed in Lyon already. An overthrown chair, several drops of blood next to it, and a helmet. Someone fell to the ground here straight from the table, or someone made them fall.
Oui, c'est l'histoire de l'espèce de cuisine dont elle a parlé tout à l'heure.
It's an old espresso machine. It's nothing special, but sufficient for a morning dose of caffeine. It's empty. I've not seen such a burner in years, but I used to have a similar one. It could really get red hot. The burner is cold. This knob turns on the burner. I won't turn it on idly.
Ok.
I'm not getting any coffee from this, and even if it worked, it would be highly unprofessional. Cups that the structural engineers probably used for their morning coffee. They're as clean as new. I'm not sure how I should use them. I'm definitely not going to drink from any of them. The washcloth in the sink is still slightly wet. I hope no one will mind if I take this washcloth.
Mais non. Ce n'est qu'une scène de crime, après tout. Alors, il me semble qu'on a tout vu. Je lui ai parlé.
How much of the two of us lived through together? In fact, I'm not even sure why we hadn't called one another for so long. Maybe too much work? Kira?
Yes, Laura.
Wow. J'ai plein de choses à te dire.
So you think about China often?
Of China, of Russia, mostly of Golovkin's expression when he found out he sold all those smuggled jewels to police agents. We should have taken a photo of him then.
Well, it wasn't so funny then.
But it ended well. So what? It all made more sense then. The work had meaning.
Problems in the agency?
Oh, you don't want to hear it.
Do you want to talk about your work? About how you are doing?
I don't, no, I'd rather not. This work is really cursed. It gets you into situations that probably don't have any understandable solution. No matter what you do, in the end, you'll have to defend it all before some idiot having no idea what you're talking about.
What's happened? Some specific case?
Nothing I'd want to dig any deeper into. You and SWOA are more or less an independent department now, right? You should appreciate that, I mean it.
Do we know anything more about those missing technicians?
Argo reputedly sent us something already, but it hasn't gotten to me yet. The internal communication is terrible. Sometimes I think it would be faster to throw a bottle in the sea than to send an email. In fact, the only new thing I've discovered is that Argo originally sent 4 technicians, but the 4th one, a certain Yatsek, had to go to hospital. A blessing in disguise.
Ok.
Do we know something more about Yatsek?
We'll certainly check him, but I wouldn't expect much. Maybe he will tell us something about his missing colleagues, but that's probably all.
Am I to put those tags everywhere where I think there's some interesting clue?
Exactly.
But you've already searched here and recorded it all, haven't you?
Well, firstly, we haven't finished here yet, and secondly, if I knew you wouldn't find anything new, I wouldn't rush you here from halfway across the world, would I?
There is no fallen spotlight in those pictures. Do you know how it happened?
If it's not in those pictures, it had to have happened recently. And because I work for the FBI, you can probably guess who to ask. And because I work for the FBI, you can probably guess who to ask.
Yes, I think I can.
Qu'est-ce que c'était que ça? Pourquoi tu te répètes?
I think someone fell here. Do you see the knockdown chair?
Maybe a struggle. I don't think so. If the murderer was alone against 3 adult men.
Yes, someone would have grabbed something and used it as a weapon. I take it you didn't find blood on anything?
We have a UV lamp here, if you wish to see for yourself.
So let's rule out a struggle. What else is there? Did he drug them somehow?
I had that idea too. But it's not the gas, otherwise we wouldn't be talking here now.
On a vu que le gaz n'était pas toxique, je me souviens.
That's a hell of a lot of blood.
Have you noticed how evenly spread it is? No actual stains. And I don't think blood is particularly good for painting.
It definitely isn't. What did he hold the blood in? With what did he paint? I saw a brush somewhere around.
Bah, tu réponds un peu à ta question, là.
Do you have any idea what he meant to say with that painting?
That's one of the reasons you're here. Come on, I know you can figure it out.
Did the experts from the SFPD notice that smudge?
Did somebody drag something here? Or someone?
Exactly, but why does it end so abruptly? I think he carried the bodies wrapped in something. Maybe he cut their throats here, and then, when finished, he dragged them to some plastic or a sheet.
Absolutely. That explains why there's not much blood around here.
Surtout que pour pouvoir faire sa peinture, il a dû saigner beaucoup. Hein. Saigner beaucoup de personnes. Mais il n'y a qu'un seul type qui est mort, si je me souviens bien. Alors, faudrait que je relise un peu les notes.
Nice. A piece of plastic with a drop of blood, I think.
Why doesn't it surprise me that they overlooked that?
Maybe the plastic was used to wrap a body. Or bodies.
You see, you probably understand now why I wanted you to be here.
Do you have any idea
Merde.
what he meant to say?
That's why
What about that Bible?
I've noticed it, but there are no marks on it. No fingerprints, blood, nothing.
Is it possible it belongs to the murderer?
You mean he could be some religious fanatic? Maybe. But for someone like that, the Bible would be sacred. And he wouldn't just toss it here.
Ben, c'est vrai. Ben, ça nous avance pas beaucoup. Hein. Je vais juste revoir ça. Aucun des techniciens n'était présent. Et 3 personnes portées disparues. Ouais, d'accord, ok. Et on a trouvé 3 échantillons différents, du coup. Et on pense que la victime et le ou les auteurs ont quitté la scène du crime par le trou d'effondrement dans les tunnels du métro. Bon, on va continuer à explorer. En fait, je vous propose de continuer l'exploration dans le prochain épisode. À bientôt!